Well, my own shows on Family Junior isn't enough to making an even more education, so I'll choose to watch YTV because this channel are good in my opinion, so make sure that no one ever interrupt me once at all. And news on CBC? Maybe your Plotagon news? Let's see that what's happening about Plotagon.
Hello everyone front of Plotagonian peoples, my name is Lucy, and we are watching Plotagon news on Plotagon Network and SVT1 in Sweden. So, if you're wondering why we are gonna about latest news, well, I had about what's happening between Plotagon City and Stockholm, Sweden, so here's the latest news to tell you, the news that there's something has happened about Plotagon, which means Plotagon Studio and Story in Android and iOS is going to shutting down as today. In Windows, Plotagon Studio Desktop is going to shutting down as well, just like Android and iOS. So if you need help about Plotagon, just website www.plotagon.com/savvyandroid and Windows for your help, so make sure that it will be okay once it
the end of Plotagon. And today? No, it can't be. Plotagon is going to shutting down. So therefore, what should I do to saving Plotagon? Because I just saw Plotagonian peoples and my family are gone in Plotagon Studio Desktop, even in people who using in Plotagon Studio and Story and mobile and PC. Wait a minute, I just knew that Plotagon is going to shutting down today, so I'm not alone this time. Instead of these ideas, I'm going to helping the non-troublemakers to planning to save and bringing back to Plotagon right now. So the first one is Dora Marquez.
Well, my show has still running on Nick Jr. and Nickelodeon in worldwide, so my show would never being in downfall ever again because of my idea. Since my show is still running, I guess that I'll watching some SpongeBob episodes on Paramount Plus. Oh, is my friend Caillou Anderson, so I'll answer it right now. Hey Caillou, long time no see, how are you feel of?
No, Dora, is not about a day, is about a news on Plotagonian channel. It has happened that Plotagon Network has permanent shutdown because of Plotagon Studio is going to ending of this software animation just like Go Animate.
Oh no, Plotagon is going to end just like in several years ago, but what's happened to your family?
Well Dora, because my family is now gone before Plotagon Studio has decided to shutting down when I was walk up, so I just gave a better idea about that we're going save Plotagon in Stockholm, Sweden, and we're going bring back to their families, so make sure that we'll using the Plotagon logic to revive Helena, and CEO of Plotagon, so you'll calling rest of the non-troublemakers to coming to my house to talking about a big plan to save Plotagon for now on.
Oh, I see, and yes, we're gonna talking about your big plan to save Plotagon Sweden, so I'll be here at these minutes.
Wow! I actually love to watching the film memes got exposed what they deserved. Now I'm bored about watching some YouTube videos, let's watching Netflix for now on. Oh, is Dora Marquez, so I'll answer it right now. Hello, Dora Marquez. Thank God that you're here. How can I help you?
Little Bill, we need to talking about Plotagon has going to shutting down because according to Caillou Anderson, on the news said that Plotagon Studio has going to shutting down as today along with Plotagon Story and mobile version of Studio with Android and iOS.
Wait! What? I know that because my family is almost gone for reasons, but why would you asking this?
Little Bill, we need to talking about Caillou's plan to save Plotagon Studio, along with Plotagon Story and mobile version of Plotagon Studio on Android and iOS, but this time, Caillou just inviting the non-troublemakers to talking about big plan for saving Plotagon for now on.
Alright Dora, thanks for telling me about Plotagon is shutting down as today, so I'll calling Javier Benson to come over with Caillou's house. Yo, what's up little Bill, how are you feeling of? Me and my dad are actually going to Mulhouse today in their vacation after episode 9. Javier, no you don't. We need to talking about the news report that Plotagon is getting shutting down, along with Plotagon Story and mobile version of Plotagon Studio on Android and iOS, and desktop version of Plotagon Studio in Windows. Oh gosh, I just saw that Where's My Dad, and now he's disappearing Plotagon universe? Listen up dude, we need to head into Caillou's house because of, according to Caillou and Dora the Explorer Dora Marquez, because of Plotagon network is actual shutting down because of Plotagon is gonna be shutting down in today according to SVT Sweden. Okay little Bill, I'm coming, and also, I'll just message to the non-troublemakers to coming over in Caillou's house to talking about a big plan to save Plotagon for now on.
Oh no, this is happening. Plotagon is going to shutting down in today. I feel so sad about Plotagon right now. So I'll coming to Caillou's house before it goes out about Plotagon shutting down.
I hate when the troublemakers making a bad idea to creating the apocalypse to makes me betrayed because of these elves. So I'm coming to Caillou's house, so nobody cannot caught me when I was removed in Plotagon universe. No, it can't be. Plotagon is going to end. But is never going to happen at all, so I'll just head to Caillou's house to make a big plan to save Plotagon.
Oh no worries, we're actually going to big plan to save Plotagon, so I'm coming right.
Alright,
Plotagon is going to shut down, so I'll be here right now.
Alright, now time to get this right now. Okay, the non-troublemakers, thank you so much for coming to my house. And this happened during Plotagon shutting down. We need having a big plan to save Plotagon. But this time, here's of all of your plans that we're talking for. So we started in the first plan that you all need to getting your cars to Stockholm, Sweden. So maybe that I still have Bentley of myself. So Dora, what's your second plan that you need for your next plan?
Okay Caillou, glad to be asked. So the next plan that I'm gonna hacking some issues about Plotagon updates. So Plotagon fans will happy with seeing this happen. Make sure that Plotagon is not going to downfall because of Swedish peoples. So make sure that I can still knows about Swedish cultures. So little Bill, I wanna say that what's your third plan that you need for? It just a big plan to save Plotagon right now.
Alright Dora, me and the non-troublemakers is going to third plan that me and Javier are gonna saving Plotagon. But instead of that, we're gonna bring back to these Plotagonian peoples so everyone will happy when we see this. Honestly that hope these characters would be reappear after this work are done.
And speaking of that Plotagon apps, it would be an even more apps will appear in the future, so make sure that Helena won't be disappointed ever again.
Yeah, just I agree with you Charlotte. So let's hope the non-troublemakers would have a mission impossible to spying these viruses on Plotagon City. Also, when me and Layla are gonna buying some antivirus sprays for all of them because of how was Plotagon viruses are disappear after the heroes, so make sure that Swedish peoples would proud right this way.
So this means that these glitches background would have disappear when it turns back to normal, when this city would look little bit better than someone else.
Also, if the creatures of Plotagon viruses appear when we're seeing this, then we'll spray all of them, because of creatures turns into human in real life. Exactly what I'm talking about.
So if the background is going to turn into black and props are disappearing at all of Plotagon scenes, then we'll escaping Plotagon City to move in Stockholm, Sweden.
Yeah! And especially that if these things would happen to getting killed, then we'll just pass so nobody is going to telling us that we're the final destination.
So if someone has calling the non-troublemakers about these dark numbers or evilest memories, so we'll ignore this call so nobody can bring into these weird numbers on their phones.
I agree with you Gabe. Also, if the corruption appear in some of background, when we're doomed, right now.
But it won't happen, the corruption has only 5 seconds to appear and now it's disappear unidle it's becoming corrupted. And now on, we're continue about viruses on Plotagon City, which is too enough to defeating antiviruses. And also, we also just enough to buying some antiviruses PAs for free when it's always disappear forever.
Well, I was gonna say that if people starting looking at us, then we'll hiding to invisible, so no one ever looking at us. Also, if we're passing it, then we'll inside of Plotagon headquarters to saving Plotagon. and soon that this universe are now saved after we're saving Plotagon. Alright, the non-troublemakers, that's all for big plan to save Plotagon. So if any told that you don't know about my first plan, so we're using all of your cars to moving to Stockholm, Sweden before this universe is going to end.